Before we get started with this Ghostwire Tokyo impression video, ladies and gents, full disclosure, I did receive this free and early copy of Ghostwire Tokyo from Bethesda themselves, so please take my opinion of this game with a grain of salt. And with all that being said out of the way, what is up, ladies and gents? My name is Malcolm, also known as Baytuh, and today I'm bringing you guys a short impression video of Ghostwire Tokyo. I was lucky enough to be sent a free and early copy of Ghostwire Tokyo, courtesy of Bethesda. Thank you to the fine folks over at Bethesda for sending me a copy of Ghostwire Tokyo. And how this is going to work, ladies and gents, I'm just going to give you my quick 4 to 5 minute impressions of what I think about Ghostwire Tokyo so far in chapters 1 and 2. That's all I can talk about for now. And the video's gonna be like 15-20 minutes long. I'm gonna give you my 4 to 5 minute early impressions of the game, and then I'm gonna let the video play out the rest, show you guys gameplay of some side missions and some cool parts of a main mission. So yeah, hopefully you all enjoy that good jazz. And before we get started, if you guys could please leave a like on this video if you guys like what you saw. Please subscribe for more content. It helps out the channel a lot. When you do subscribe, make sure you click that little bell next to the subscribe button, ladies and gents, so you start receiving notifications when I post videos or go live in the live stream next time. Please share my channel and my videos to all your friends, families, cats and dogs, and whoever who not. And you guys can all follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, Baytuh. If you want to keep supporting me even further than just subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave it a like, share my channel and my videos to all your friends and families. Please consider donating some of your extra money you have lying around to my Patreon and or PayPal. That is patreon.com/Baytuh, Baytuh, and or paypal.me/Baytuh, Baytuh. Alright, ladies and gents, with all that being said, without further ado, let's get started.
Everybody's gone. Did they all just vanish?
Probably. And if their plan's working, communication with the outside would be cut off too.
You've been after this guy for a while?
Yeah, didn't stop me from getting killed though. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get moving. Our first stop is Yugenzaka.
Alrighty, jumping in, ladies and gents, to what I think about Ghostwire Tokyo. So far, only playing chapters 1 and chapters 2. Like I said, I can only show you guys gameplay footage of chapter 2, but I could talk about chapter 1 and chapter 2. I know, right? But overall, so far, I am pleasantly surprised how much I'm enjoying this game. I remember when Ghostwire Tokyo was first announced and revealed back in, what was it, E3, Bethesda's conference in 2019, I think. I was like, this seems interesting. Seems very different from what Tango Gameworks worked on previously, which was Evil Within 1 and Evil Within 2, which I enjoyed the horror aspects of Evil Within 1, but didn't like the overall combat of Evil Within 1. But Evil Within 2, I like the mix between horror and action and the overall combat and feeling of that with Evil Within 2. Now, going back to Ghostwire Tokyo, I'm like, okay, this seems interesting. Then when they showed the first gameplay footage, I guess, for Ghostwire Tokyo, I'm like, okay, this seems different, but I'm not sold on this. This seems really not up my alley. But more and more as I've seen gameplay footage and the newer stuff that they showed, I think a month, not this previous PlayStation State of Play, but I think the one before that, or gameplay footage, something about that they showed a month or so ago of Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm like, alright, this looks actually pretty freaking cool, and getting my hands on it, I'm like, yeah, like, it's actually pretty neat. Now, a full disclosure, you know, if you guys, hopefully you guys don't come into this thinking that, oh, we're gonna get some horror jump out scary moments. I'm not 100% sure of that yet, because like I said, I'm only in the first 2 chapters of Ghostwire Tokyo, but so far it's way more supernatural, like Ghostbusty type of supernaturalness, and not much horror aspect so far, ladies and gents, which is like I said, interesting, coming off of their previous 2 works. Like, I would say it's about like 95-97% supernatural supernaturalness and like 3-5% horror-esque. Like you get those horror elements of like Silent Hill even when you're in a small congeal place and the music gets very dark and very intense and scary. But when you're outside of the overworld, it's very beautiful and vibrant. It's not really the word, but it's not horror as scary, which is very interesting. But I think it works for what Tango Gameworks is going for Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, I'm always the gameplay guy. If you guys don't know, like I always think gameplay, combat is king when it comes to video games. No matter what type of video game you make, it can be a first-person shooter, third-person shooter, RPG, or walking sim type of game, or visual novel. Like gameplay is king, and I think so far the gameplay in Ghostwire Tokyo, it's pretty damn solid. I'm always interested to see how developers fine-tune and have their own type of spin on the first-person perspective type of video games. In Ghostwire Tokyo, it's no inception. No, I can't even say the word right. Doesn't matter. But yeah, the gameplay in Ghostwire Tokyo is pretty cool. In first person, using your hand side, supernatural power hand sides to take down ghosts, which is pretty cool. So far in the first 2 chapters, you have you get the wind hand sign, which is your basic one. I don't think they're called hand signs, but I'm gonna call them hand signs because I like that. You get your wind hand sign, which is your basic first power that you get that we've seen in all the trailers and promotional footage of Ghostwire Tokyo, which is your basic lower damage but high velocity power, which is pretty good. Easy to take down those lower level enemies, but you can upgrade that to make them even faster and do even more damage. You can weave your hands to make them go faster and do more damage. But the ones that really caught me by surprise is the water ability and the fire ability. The fire ability, if you hold down R2, I'm not used to the dual sense yet because I mainly play on Xbox, sorry. You hold down R2 to charge your attack and you lay out a more powerful hand weave side. With Fireball, it's a huge explosion that can take down multiple enemies, which is very freaking handy, very clutch when you're facing multiple ghosts at the same time, but around like 3 or 4. And let me just tell you, I'm playing on normal difficulty. They could be a little bit of a challenge if they gang up on you. Like individually, if you face at least like even 2 or possibly even 3, not that much of a challenge. But when like 4, 5, 6 of them get on your butt, yeah, it can be a very big hassle. Definitely when you're facing a more powerful ghost, which is Hanako. No, it's not Hanako. It's a Slipknot lady. Is that the one? The tall, long-haired lady with a face mask with a trench coat. I think that's her name. Yeah, she's terrifying when you first meet her because it's a little bit of a surprise. There's that, and my favorite power is the water ability, which does high up close damage. Definitely when you charge it up, you can get multiple enemies up close and personal, which I freaking like. It's really nice. The combat feels very fluid, which I'm a huge fan of. Feels very much, I was about to say Doom, but like how the feeling when you get into the flow of combat when you play Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, even Halo Infinite and whatnot, like you get that feeling of like awesomeness and badassery that I found in those games that you get the same feeling in with Ghostwire Tokyo, which I'm a huge fan of. Now going to the mission structure, so far I've only played through I think 4 or 5 total main missions. They've been pretty interesting to try to piece together. I'm not going to spoil the missions, but they've been interesting piecing together the overall what's happening in the world of Ghostwire Tokyo and trying to figure out why these masked men are after or doing what they're doing and what your sister Mari has to do with this, and the supernatural guy, ghost guy who's in you, KK, how does he fit into all this? That's been pretty interesting. We haven't got too far into like the what's really happening, but the mystery is there, which I really like. In terms of the side quests, there's a lot of side quests in the first 2 chapters of Ghostwire Tokyo. I played 3 of them, I think 3 or 4 of them actually, and they've been interesting. I'm surprised how different they've been. Like one of them is I helped out this old lady to find her granddaughter and this household where the landlord has kidnapped the granddaughter, and you have to figure out where he's hiding, do some cool hand weaving signs to exercise him, get him the hell out of Dodge, and find the granddaughter and return her spirit, and so they can both move on to the other side. Which is okay. That was pretty cool. It was very nice, short and sweet. Then there was another one where I went to have to help this other person move on to the other side. That has to deal with there's too much water going around, and we had to go to a bathhouse. Then after go to the bathhouse, we get instantly transported into another world where I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. We have to fight waves and waves of enemies and whatnot and get done with the and destroy the corruption there. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting twist. And another one, we have to chase a evil spirit within inside a doll, which was like, okay. So far, those three side quests have been short, sweet, and different. I don't know if most of the side quests are gonna be like that, ladies and gents. Like, I have a sneaky suspicion that they're gonna get kind of repetitive and old pretty quickly. But so far, those three side quests have been pretty cool and different, which I like. Hopefully, they stay different for most of this game. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that, because we already know, like, open world. This is an open world game, ladies and gents, and we already know that repetition with side quests and even main quests can be a really big pain in the ass. Optional with the side quests, of course, but I want to see what all this game has to offer and whatnot. So yeah, that's my initial impressions of Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm a big fan of the combat. I'm a big fan of the mystery of the story so far. Don't know how it's going to play out, but so far I've enjoyed the mystery of Ghostwire Tokyo. The characters, Akito, the main guy you play as, him trying to find his sister, which is tried and true. Already been there, done that with this type of game. But I'm interested in the mystery behind the story. KK, how Akito's sister Bari plays into this, to the whole Maskman deal of how they're gonna save Shibuya. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. I think Ghostwire Tokyo is probably gonna surprise a lot of people. Do I think it's going to game of the year score 10 out of 10? No, but I think this is gonna be a nice, good surprise for people who wants a different perspective on the first person genre, which I think a lot of people will. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this impression video, make sure you all leave a like, subscribe, and when you do subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when I post videos next. Follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, Baytuh. And like I said, it's completely optional, but if you want to support me even further, please consider donating to my Patreon and or PayPal, which is patreon.com/Baytuh, Baytuh, and or paypal.me/Baytuh, Baytuh. So yeah, I'm gonna let the rest of some gameplay play out for all of you, and yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy it, and have a good one. Peace.
Crap! That was a close one.
I'll say, we need to be more careful. Can't always expect to get so lucky dealing with them.
Just hold on, Mari. I can feel the power.